In this video we're going to use Miradore to automate what we learned in the previous video, was to use UninstallView to silently uninstall software for us. So it will go and read the uninstall string and do all the work for us, so we don't have to go and do a lot of research to get rid and properly rid of unwanted software of a network. So just to recap quickly, remember we used UninstallView, this string in elevated mode to get rid of FileZilla. So in this case we again going to target FileZilla, but obviously you can then change it after this for whatever and how many different programs you want to target to uninstall. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to import a XML file which will create for us two things. We need a managed software package before you can create a package to uninstall or install software. So what this XML will do for us, it will create our package for us as well as the managed software automatically. This is just to save time in this lesson. You can do this all manually, it's very easy to do. Okay, so I'm going to go to packages, going to tasks, to import, and I'm going to browse my XML file. At this moment, like in the previous lesson, there's already an uninstall subdirectory where all the files is which we're going to need for this installation to create this uninstall package. So this is the XML file. As I open, I import it, and we wait a second or two, and it will do two things for us. Here created our package, so you can see our package, and over here is a software name, so I'll click on it. I'll show you quickly. This is for managed software, so it also created the managed software package and it's active, right? So we're going back to this package. Now step number one, let's work through everything here which you can change and do over here. So what we'll do, we'll say what software pack or what operating systems are we targeting. Okay, so we'll click over here, and for this I'll just say select all. So this will target all your Windows categories, different operating systems. You can go and select. If you only want to target, say, Windows 10 in all its flavors, or only Windows 7 or whatever, or combination of it, if you do happen to accidentally target a machine which has an OS which isn't in this list, it just won't happen. It will fail, and then when you look on the log, you'll see why. This is sort of a way to make sure that you don't make a mistake. Then the media folder, for now I'm going to copy this, because this is the place from where Miradore's server is going to copy these files we created. Remember these files over here, which is now in the uninstall. So Miradore's server is going to copy these files. So exclude the XML, I'll delete it for now, but it's going to copy these files to the targeted workstation or workstations, servers, whatever, and then run UninstallView with, remember the strings we used with it. In this case it was this. It will then do this. In this case it will be FileZilla. Okay, so what we're going to do is, what I normally like to do is to just copy that and copy it in here. So then we still need to create the subdirectories on the Miradore server and copy this files over in there so that it's ready to be deployed, right? So then down here you can say, let's imagine you're installing Microsoft Office. You need to say that there should be at least a few gigs available, otherwise it won't be able to install. So this is it. And then down here, remember when we did in the previous video, when we did the manual install, it had to be in elevated mode. So to make sure that everything works, you can say this package run as what, and we'll just say as system. That will definitely then do the job for you. And that's it for now. So, and then the only other thing, remember in the future when you do create your own packages, make sure it's group distributable. So I'm going to save this for now. So everything we did here is now saved. Then let's go and copy those files over. So remember now in this text file we need to find the installation point. So this is your installation point. So let me show you where it is. So let's go to C drive. We go to program files. It's in the Miradore servers, subdirectory, server itself, Miradore, and then everything to do with setup. And then remember over here, I'll drag it over slightly, it says software. Okay, so if we go in here of software, let me just delete this. So we start from scratch. You need to create a subdirectory Miradore, right? Okay, let's undo, and we save and copy. And then I'm going to create a subdirectory and I'm going to call it Miradore. And then we need in it multiple software. That was what was created. So I open it up, new subdirectory over here. Copy it in there. And then as we can see, there's also one over here. So I'm just going to do this, new folder and one. Okay. And then when I open it, it's not empty. I need to copy those files over so that we can, so that the server can actually use it to do the deployment. Okay, so let's go again back to C drive and then to uninstall, and then I need all these files, all right? And then we'll quickly go back and follow that route again, so remember in the future where it is. So it's program files, Miradore, the server, that's just its instance name, setup. And then remember software, for now there's only one here, inside one, and I copy those files in here. Now it's ready to be distributed to a remote workstation. Don't have to do anything further here. Okay, so now the next step is you go to your package editor and click on edit over here, and now we have some examples here to copy. So let's go to step number 1, and this copies those files we've copied from the media folder. It knows it automatically, because of this package being created, knows where to go and look for those files to a local path for the installation. This is the local path on the targeted machine, workstation, server, whatever. It's set currently to overwrite and then include if there's any subdirectories, right? So it will copy then all the files from a Miradore server to a subdirectory on the remote workstation. If you wonder about what variables is available, you can just click here and it will show you all the different ones. Just click on this little legend over here. Okay, so step number 2, so it's now copied over. What happens then? So over here, this is a one to uninstall Firefox. So I'm just going to say I want to uninstall FileZilla. So I'm going to take FileZilla over here, and I'm going to copy it in here. We're not targeting FileZilla, and look, here's a local path. And here's UninstallView, and over here is its arguments behind it. But you know already what it is, and the only thing I'm going to do is then just to go and put FileZilla in here, exactly like in the previous video. So it will do exactly this, and remember it's in system, runs as system, so it will do it and elevate it in the best possible way to get it to work. Then over here you can have another step to install more software and to just show you what you can all do here. So if I click on a line and then on tasks, now remember it's not tasks up here, it's tasks down here. You can say copy this action, and then you can say again on tasks, paste this action. See over here now you have another one, another uninstall Chrome, which is a copy. Uninstall Chrome. So now I want to move it because it can't be step 5, it must be step 3, this must be 4, and then that one must be 5. So I just go back to tasks and I say change order, and then I click on the last one. Let's give it a second here, and I say move it up. See, then it's automatically here. This is how you can then, if you look under tasks, there's a few different things you can do. You can copy it, you can paste it, you can change the order, and that's basically, and you can also remove it, but in my case what I'm going to do, I'll just delete it by clicking over here, because we don't need this Chrome and we don't need this one too. But obvious, you might want to do more than one package here. This is where you do it. And then the last step is just to go and remove those files of a machine. This is a neat way to get rid of the files of a computer when you're done. It keeps everything clean. And that's it. So we did create now all our packages. There's nothing more to do. We can save this. And then there's a last step, and that's to make it active. And I go and I say make it active. Okay, so there it is, and activation successful. So now to test this to a computer, you decided now you know what computer the software is on, which you want to target. In this case now it will be FileZilla. But you go to assets by name, and then let's say it's this computer over here. So when I just click on this one over here, and I go to tasks, package distribution, install package. Now like I've said, because this is only a lesson, what you do is when you use your package editor over here, when you create a new package, you can click over here and start to add your steps, your actions, like these 3 actions over here. The correct way is to do it under uninstall actions, but for now it makes absolutely no difference if it's here or here. The only thing to remember is if I go to package distribution, I say uninstall package, there won't be anything because it weren't created as an uninstall package, it was created as a install package. But it's only an administrative thing. There's no difference between the two. So I just go install package on this computer. Here's the package, and I say OK, and then it will say the package has been successfully queued for distribution. You can click on OK, and then basically you can give it time and then see what happens. In this case it will fail because there isn't anything on that computer, this specific computer anyway. But this is where you can see what's going to happen. Let's click on this one, the fail down here. It will tell you if it failed or it was successful. It will tell you exactly step for step in layman's terms what happened. From the top to the bottom you can see why it failed if it did fail. But if you did test it by hand beforehand, like in the previous lesson, then you know this will definitely work. Except if a computer goes offline while the files gets copied over to it or whatever. Then the best in this stage to see if it actually worked was to remote to that computer you targeted, or to, obvious in this case, test it on your own computer or on a lab computer, a test computer. Go to that computer and see if the package is gone, because it should be uninstalled by now. Okay, but let's imagine you are now in production and you did target both these 2 machines, and this is now all your computers, and you want to know, was it successful? Okay, so then you can obviously see the progress over here. I closed it down now, but we this over here, and it will show you it's in progress. You can refresh it over here.